Derbyshire made it 2 wins out of 2 at the start of their Royal London One-Day Cup campaign. They followed up their hammering of Hampshire on Saturday with a 7-wicket win on Sunday over Leicestershire at Grace Road, with their captain Wayne Madsen scoring his second 100 in 2 days as the victory was completed with 29 balls remaining. Josh Cobb won the toss for the Foxes and batted, and he looked to lead from the front as he set off with Angus Robson, putting on 26 runs in the opening 5 overs. Robson was then out as he edged Mark Footitt to Wes Durston as the left-arm quick picked up the first of his 5 wickets on what was another very good day for him. Not only did he get a one-day fifer for the second time in 2 seasons, but he also forced Cobb to retire hurt with this quick and rising delivery smashing into the batsman's hand. Cobb was on his way after 8 overs with a total on 42 for 1 or 2, seeing as Cobb never returned. It was left to Matt Boyce and Greg Smith to try to kick-start the innings, and that they were able to do as they took the score to 114 in the 24th over, setting up the game rather nicely. But Smith was then adjudged to have been run out as he ran around Tony Palladino and was beaten by Scott Elston's excellent throw from point. Smith was on his way for 36. Boyce remained, however, and in the 28th over he completed his 50 off 63 balls, an innings containing 5 fours. He had bags of time to now go on and make his innings really count. Scott Styris, on the other hand, never really got going. On 9, he played across a delivery from Palladino and was LBW. With the score on 138 for 3 after 30 overs, the game was evenly balanced. David Wainwright then missed a glorious chance to run out Niall O'Brien, who slipped turning back for a second. Alas for the bowler, he couldn't gather the throw cleanly. Wickets then began to fall at regular intervals to prevent a dash at the end of the innings. Boyce was out for 64, Footitt returning to the attack to bowl him. Finding some movement through the air, he then trapped O'Brien in front for 28 to leave Leicestershire on 181 for 5 in the 40th over. They managed to get 65 runs off the last 10, not as many as they would have wanted. Tom Wells lost his middle stump to Tom Taylor to go for 19. Anthony Ireland struck what was only the second 6 of the innings as he went after Taylor. But that was the Zimbabwean's only boundary as Footitt had him caught by Madsen as the slog was on towards the end of the innings. Leicestershire were thankful to Jigger Naik, who made 36 off 30 balls, while Footitt finished with figures of 5 for 59 by bowling Nathan Buck with a full bunger as the Foxes had to settle for a final score of 248 for 8. Durston began his journey on the road to Lords with a brilliant 100 in the win over Hampshire on Saturday, but he could have been run out early on this occasion. He and Billy Godalman got the reply off to a very good start by knocking 62 runs off the target in the 10 overs of power play. Durston was out for 30, losing his middle pole to Charlie Shrek. And in the next over, the Foxes' spirits were lifted further as Elston was bowled as Buck produced a peach. But that was as good as it got for the home side. Madsen simply picked up where he'd left off in scoring a maiden one-day 100 on the previous day. He and Godalman had knocked off half of the runs in 23 overs by the time that the latter, on 43, tried to hit Naik into next week and was bowled. Madsen then took over. He completed his 50 off 50 balls with a rather fortuitous 4 off Buck, which took the batsman's tally of boundaries to 5. He couldn't have started this tournament off any better and has already laid a marker down to be the best batsman of the competition in its first weekend. Filled with confidence in the side which is beginning to find its very best form, Madsen then eased his team towards their victory target. As with the win over Hampshire, this was a stroll in the park for Derbyshire, who had their captain very much leading from the front. He was having a weekend which will stick in his mind for some time to come. Few attacks across the country will now look forward to bowling to him. He moved from his half-century to his full one in 43 balls to be raising his bat for a second successive 100 after 93 deliveries, 13 faster than the one he'd made just 24 hours before. He struck 13 fours and had just about helped take his side home with plenty of time to spare. Indeed, Derbyshire appear to be as comfortable chasing down a score as setting one. Shivnarine Chanderpaul also played his part in this easy win. He reached his own 50 with the winning hit, getting there off 66 balls as his side romped to the victory line at the start of the 46th over. Derbyshire may not have been many people's favourites at the start of this competition, but already they will have many sitting up and taking notice of them. Especially Madsen, who ended on 105 off 99 balls to give him an average of 243 after 2 games. His side took this match by 7 wickets with 29 balls unused to make it 2 wins from 2, although Derbyshire were deducted 2 points because of a pitch supplied last year. They now head to Worcestershire on Thursday, while Leicestershire will go to Essex on the same day for a day-night match in Chelmsford.